for you to say when you're there, but maybe come down here. And once you're here and you're living it, then tell me what to do, you know? I'm a psychic medium, and this is my series where I read people from the public eye. So today I'm going to read Darryl Anka, who channels Bashar. He's one of the most requested people for me to read. Now, I'm going to read both, if possible, Bashar and Darryl Anka separately and just see whatever comes up. So someone in the comments commented on his appearance and how, I'm paraphrasing, but something along the lines like if he were connected to more like positive beings and he wouldn't be ugly or something like this. So I do want to address that. When I connect to Bashar, I definitely feel a being that is in very, very high dimensions. So the higher you go in dimension, the less connected you are going to be to the physical realm, to like our earth realm, you know? And being physically beautiful is very much of this earth. It doesn't mean that there aren't like beautiful beings in other dimensions and planes of consciousness, but it's being physically attractive and aesthetic or whatever has to do with earth, you know? So if we see it from that point of view, beings that are very, very, very high in dimensions, they don't care about the physical form. So I'm not surprised that he has begun to look uglier throughout the years. And it's mainly because he isn't as connected to his physical form as he was at the beginning. I couldn't find like any high quality photos of him when he was younger, but when I have seen videos of him when he was younger, he was actually, I feel, way more attractive. I mean, obviously you can say like, okay, he's aged or whatever, but he aged in a way where he looks like an alien. You know, he looks extraterrestrial. He doesn't look like a just like an older man. You know, at least that's what I feel. Now, what I'm getting is the consciousness of Bashar, which is who he channels. It's not that it's inherently like a positive or negative being. I do feel that it's very, very important to remember that when the consciousness of a being is in a much higher dimension, they will kind of lose a certain understanding of what it is like to live on Earth. Especially, like, I feel like actually Daryl Anka has kind of disconnected from his humanness a bit because he's constantly channeling. I'm going to put a parenthesis here, but I used to work way, way, way more than I work now. And I did feel at one point like I had lost myself because all day, if you've ever come to a session with me, like, you know, I'm channeling. So I disconnected from myself. I was working 6 hours a day, Monday to Saturday. And it wasn't until I went to a psychologist that told me, like, okay, like, it's cool that you have all this work, but where are you? You know, where are you during those 6 hours, 6 days a week? And I was like, I don't know. I can't be myself. I can't exist because I need to kind of like put myself in a little corner so that I can channel, you know? And she's like, yeah, that's exactly the problem. Like you're losing yourself because of your work. So I had to reduce my hours and la 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 whatever. But I'm saying this because I feel like that happens with him. Where imagine if you're constantly connected to other realms or you're channeling constantly, you forget about your humanness. And that's not, it's not that it's like a bad thing. It's not like that because you lose your humanness, you're gonna like be evil or whatever. It's more like you're missing out on the human experience. So just doing humanly things like watching TV, going to hang out with your friends, or laying in a park, whatever it is, you know, just whatever it is that you want to do that it's like little human you, like doing little stuff. Like you lose those things because you're constantly connected to other stuff. That's what I feel is happening with Daryl Anka. And yeah, I mean, he obviously has like a lot of awareness of like the cosmos and how everything works and maybe how even like interpersonal relationships work. But I'm actually curious if he even has like any deep interpersonal relationships because maybe he has all the theory, but does he practice it? Because like how many relationships will you have if you're like constantly connected somewhere else, you know? That's what I get about Daryl. And Bashar, I like some people are like, I don't trust him, whatever. It's I I don't feel that it's like a bad thing, like this being. I just feel that it just has like a very high dimension level of consciousness that maybe humans won't resonate with sometimes because this being doesn't understand what it is to be us. They're seeing it from a different perspective, you know? They're not seeing it like as a human who just got ghosted because they're not experiencing it. So they can see everything from like an ego view and be like, oh, this is what you should do, but they're not having the actual experience. So it's like